presenting your one-stop shop for all your custom screen printing. Here we go, FAC Fight Night. Fighting out of the blue corner, Zach Yates. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, Sean Atkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise!
Round number one. Tonight's fight clock is presented by Hoy Excavating. Red trunks for Zach Yates, blue trunks for Sean Atkinson. Putting out the jab from the orthodox stance is Atkinson, just flicking the jab. Kick to the body.
Yates has had a little bit of an awkward movement here. At first he looked like he wanted to close the distance, now he wants to sit back a little bit.
Chopping low kick, thrown and landed by Sean Atkinson. Atkinson definitely staying at range right now, Anthony. To the inside, right back out.
Yates looks like he's trying to figure out how to get inside on a takedown. There's the shot.
Shooting on the single. Well defended by Atkinson, pulling free.
Yates looks a little uncomfortable in the stand-up striking kind of stance. It looks like he wants to he just wants to lower his level and shoot.
Outside kick, that took Yates off of his line. Kick right back. Atkinson losing his balance, falling against the fence. Good entry kick that time by Yates, closing the distance. Level change, you see the defense from Atkinson against the cage. Looking for the single, nearly hitting it is Yates.
If Yates isn't careful, he's gonna get his back taken here. Looks like he's
looking for the switch, standing back up. Still tenaciously going after the single.
Switches to a double here, pulls him away from the cage.
90 seconds remaining, round number one. Very even thus far. Atkinson trying to explode back to his feet. Heavy pressure from Yates. Yates now trying to take the back. Difficult angle to find the rear naked choke. One hook in for Zach Yates. There's the hammer fist.
Yates looks like he's fishing for a choke here, but it looks like it's a little bit of a faux choke. It looks like he just wants to control. Atkinson is doing a good job of keeping his hips high, but if he wants to get free, it almost may be safer to go back down, fight the position, shed a hook, and then come back up.
See both hooks in. The left hook is in deeper. Now losing the hooks is Zach Yates. Trying to scramble free is Atkinson. Nicely done. Now dropping down for a guillotine. Virtually impossible to get it though from this position.
Yates did a good job of passing on the guillotine attempt there. It takes all the pressure off, and now he's got an arm to play with.
Looking key lock now.
If Atkinson can get his head on the inside. And now we got a neck crank, maybe.
Neck crank, almost an old school hammer lock from Zach Yates. Behind the back, turning free is Atkinson in the full mount. Atkinson gives his back. Closing stages of a very entertaining round number one. Zach Yates versus Sean Atkinson. Half Nelson turning, rolling again for the armbar. Couldn't find the key lock. Big right hand just before the bell. That is the end of round one.
All right, Sean, I don't think we have any, there's no more secrets of what each guy wants to do. Yates needs to, he wants to get this to the ground, and I think that he needs to. He doesn't look comfortable enough on his feet to stay safe and really engaging in those striking exchanges. Obviously, Atkinson wants to keep the fight he wants to keep it on the feet. He wants to keep his back off the fence and stay out of those grappling exchanges. His submission attempts, or submission defense rather, was there. He just positionally was behind. Look here, he shoots his guillotine. And Yates does a good job of passing right here to alleviate the choke. And then he just gets to work. He's shooting for Kimuras and arm bars, but right here he ends up on the bottom, takes a big right hand as the round ends.
Tonight's replays are presented by Green Partners USA, delivering sustainable, solid solutions online at greenpartnersusa.com. Somewhere Judo Gene LaBelle is smiling because Yates, I don't even know if he was looking for it. He almost had that very old school hammer lock. The arm behind the back. Round number two, and there's the head kick from Atkinson, grazing. Front teep, nothing there from Yates, resets.
Yates is just looking to do anything to get on the inside.
Yates back to his feet, telling me Atkinson did not pounce. Feels much more comfortable from that body language, that sequence on the feet. Atkinson coming forward off of the right hand.
Yates' hands are down on the exchanges. He just looks very uncomfortable here.
Head kick just misses from Atkinson. Hands very low and wide for Yates. Entry and a push off.
Yates looks like he's tired too. That was a super high pace first round.
Feint on the level change from Atkinson. On the low calf kick.
Atkinson's doing a good job of eating up that lead leg. It's going to slow down those shots. It's going to slow down this forward pressure a lot. And now he's switching stances, possibly to protect that leg.
Yates shakes his head no. Says that the body kick did not affect him. 140 remaining round number 2. Not much offense in round number 2 from Zach Yates after we saw a lot of offense, especially on the ground from Yates. Shooting the low single, couldn't find that, couldn't find the ankle pick.
Looks like Yates is trying to goad him into those close that close distance and trying to trick him into maybe getting one of those grappling exchanges.
Yates a modified cartwheel kick, didn't pull it off, but you saw him plant with the hand. Atkinson keeping his composure, kick to the body under the armpit. Extending the right hand, there's the shot.
Beautiful entry.
Looking for the double is Yates.
Gets him to the fence, gets his hands together, and he's passing on the takedown. He's going to look to come to the back if Atkinson comes back up to his knees.
Effective by Yates, bringing the knees of Atkinson together for the takedown. Trying to work now from side control. You see Atkinson still posturing up.
Yates is doing a good job of just controlling the position and really slowing him down here.
Looking to step over, giving his back is Atkinson. Getting very high in that ride, and out the back door comes Sean Atkinson.
Beautiful escape right there. He waited till he got a little high, lifted his hips, and he slid right off the front.
Inside calf kick from Sean Atkinson. Back and forth we go in this amateur lightweight fight. A kick just off the mark. Right to the body, that was effective. That draws the shot from Yates. Ill-advised, big shots now raining down from Atkinson. Final seconds, round number 2.
What a close round. That takedown right there might have just saved Yates the round. It depends on what the judges are looking at here, but that's 2 takedowns. Atkinson is absolutely controlling the striking, but that's 2 takedowns, and he was controlled and ended up in dominant position both times.
Next stop, the 3rd and final round. Entertaining fight thus far.
This is an incredible fight. It's 2 totally different approaches, and both guys are looking to go after it. So this is an entertaining fight. You know, Sean, I'm not sure that Yates has landed a strike on his feet yet. But I'm also not sure that Atkinson has defended a takedown once Yates got deep. Once he got deep on a takedown, he's finished almost every single one of those.
Anthony, so telling for me in round number 2. When Atkinson shot twice those low singles and failed, Yates then pounced in the top position. He drew the fight back to the feet.
Absolutely.
3rd and final round. Switch of stances. It was orthodox, southpaw, back to orthodox now for Zach Yates. Wide open stance and looking for this single. The sprawl, the defense, and now a big right hand from Atkinson, turning defense into offense, and then pulling back at range is Sean Atkinson.
You know, when Yates switches to southpaw, that's when he's looking to shoot. He wants to strike from orthodox, and when he switches to southpaw is when he's starting to shoot.
Atkinson coming forward. Rear naked uppercut, nothing there from Zach Yates. Dipping his head again. Atkinson just missing with his own rear uppercut. Nicely done now by Yates.
And the pass.
In the side control. Again, virtually impossible to get a guillotine from that position, and you see why.
He's going to go to knee on belly, back to the back again. Now here, the last 2 times he's gotten to this position, his hips have gotten too high. Atkinson has lifted his hips, and he slid off the front. Here he went behind the arms and extended him, got him flat before he started working.
Yates indeed flattening out Sean Atkinson. The momentum turning back and forth And holding the momentum right now is Zach Yates.
And right here is where Atkinson is found his ability to escape, but now it's a little bit later. He's a little more tired, and Yates has figured it out that he's just going to lift his hips and try to slide him off the front, and now he's getting flattened out. Here he's going to have to, if he's going to get flattened out, he's going to have to shed a hook and then turn his body.
And that is it! TKO, the strikes too much. Zach Tybris sees the end to this fight. Unanswered shots from Sean Atkinson. Back and forth, seizing the momentum and seizing the win is Zach Yates. Anthony, there was not a lot of power in those Yates shots, but they were not being defended or answered by Sean Atkinson, and that's just simply a win by punching attrition.
Yeah, you know, Atkinson was just stuck there. He was just stuck. He wasn't able to move. He wasn't going anywhere. And I do believe that the round was probably going to end in this exact same position. He wasn't doing a lot of damage. You know, Yates wasn't blasting huge shots and blooding him up and swelling his face. He was just stuck. He had him in the position he wanted him, and he wasn't going anywhere. The referee seen enough. We got to remember these are amateurs. These guys are here to gain experience, to get better, to grow, and eventually turn into pros. Right now isn't the time these guys need to be taking damage.
You bring up a great point. There's a different threshold for when you stop a fight when you're a referee on AMIs as opposed to pros. You're probably not going to stop it in that sequence with pros, but you do in AMIs because you're learning on the job as an AMI. Not big shots. Atkinson, though, receiving just an onslaught, not intelligently defending himself. Even if he wasn't being hurt by those shots, it was the volume. Well done for Zach Yates in a really entertaining fight.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended. 1 minute and 39 seconds of the third round. Your winner, TKO by strikes, fighting out of the blue corner, Zach Yates!
Sean Atkinson definitely had his moments, but suffers his first AMI MMA defeat, and this is his third ever AMI bout. And for Zach Yates, AMI win number 5. Victorious by way of third round TKO, Zach Yates defeats Sean Atkinson.